Okay, I'm going to do a quick run through of my Runway Secret Agent 22 and try to explain what I'm doing. Um, I came up with a couple of little things that I think might help other people get this time. So let's start. Let's just watch it once, and then I'll go through with frame by frame and explain a couple of things I do, a couple of things I don't do, and what I do different. So I get 3 boosts here, guard boost, the throw, and enter the plane. So yeah, it's a pretty clean run. I didn't think it was 22, but it was. So we got it, boys. So let's go back to the beginning. Obviously, wait the first cutscene till the text disappears. Skip the second cutscene immediately. So, I kind of do this first line kind of bad. I line up with these lines on the ground. That brings me kind of perpendicular to the slide here. It's kind of bad. Technically you'd want to be like at this corner and then align yourself with the ramp. But I kind of end up in the middle of the wall before I turn. But at least I don't get stuck on the slide. And one thing you don't want to do is cut your line like through the side of the slide here, because then you're just rubbing up against the wall and losing time. I do it just at the very end. I change my line. That's pretty good. So, and just one thing to mention, I personally start priming around here, somewhere in the middle to the top of the slide. It just depends on how good your huts are. Ideally, you want your huts to be as good as possible, so like as far up the slide as possible. But you'd figure that out on your own. So I never aim this grenade. I just kind of throw it. A lot of times it ends up in that corner, and that's fine. It happens on this run. Obviously, you wouldn't want that to happen. Ideally, you'd want it to end up behind you, but I don't do that. This hut entry is a little bit slow. I kind of get stuck on the door, but it's fine. Obviously, the exit is really good though, so that works. This line to the table, I kind of take it a little bit wide, just barely graze it, and then barely get past this corner, and then cut really hard here. If, like on this run, I noticed that the grenade is like out in that corner, I kind of cut this line so that I'm almost like going to hit this wall, because I know that the boost is going to push me just past the wall. So that was perfect. I did that well. So that's all you need to know about the hut, I guess. So now, as soon as I'm around this corner, I look up to just about neutral, maybe a little bit down, and I set my line as quick as possible. So you just kind of get a feel for this. This is about where I'm putting the edge of my screen. So as soon as I'm set on my line here, I start holding up and Z at the same time, and then I react to looking up and throw. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames of looking up before I throw. And I press A to throw, because I realized that pressing A to throw gives you more consistent throws than letting go of Z, which is really good because you can get the correct nade boost more often. So I look up, press A, and then the nade goes up to my left behind me, which is where you want it to go. You either want this, where it goes like up to the left here, or you want it to go like up here. If it goes straight up, you're going to die. If it goes like to the right over here, it's going to give you a bad boost or kill you. So to throw the second nade, I wait. The nade hangs in the air here for a little bit, and then as soon as I can tell that it's coming down, you see right here, I throw the second nade. So I wait until I can tell for certain that the nade is coming down, and I throw the second nade. It might be a little bit later than you think it is. So yeah, you throw the second nade. I also press A for that one. And then I look down, like almost imperceptibly down. As soon as I throw the second nade, and it's in the air. Look down. I'm holding Z this whole time, by the way, because you want to keep priming the entire time. So I look down, and then as soon as I hear the first nade hit the ground, I react to the first nade hitting the ground, and then I release the third one. So you see throw, bounce, throw, and then I do a thing here. This is a new thing that I came up with, where, so that's the third nade. I'm still holding Z, and then basically with the same timing that I threw the third nade, I throw a fourth nade. So let's see. Yeah, so you hear the second nade bounce, and I throw a fourth nade. So first nade bounce, throw, second nade bounce, throw, and I just got it in there before it would have blown up and hit me. You don't want that to happen. So the idea behind this is that if you miss the third nade, you'll often get hit by the fourth nade. And another thing to note is that I look down for the third nade, and then I look back up for the fourth nade. It just happens to work for some reason. I don't know exactly why. But I get hit by the third nade, and the fourth nade misses me on this run, which I don't think you're going to get 4 nade boosts on any given run. And even if you do, you're probably going to die. So throw 4 nades, get the third, fourth misses me, and then I get a guard boost. That's probably from the guard over here, by the drone, by that barrels, rather. And then again, just like the normal tutorial, you start holding Z as soon as the drone starts firing, and then you just gotta get used to this timing that the drone will hit you pretty regularly at the same like rough time. So you got to get used to the timing, predict it, and turn. I do it a couple frames earlier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's pretty bad. That's a third of a second. Ideally, you'd want to do it really fast. So like you turn and you instantly throw, and then you turn back instantly. This is a pretty slow turn, but like on Dusky's tutorial, you turn, and you want your mountain to be pointing directly parallel to the top and bottom of the screen, or perpendicular to the side of the screen if you prefer. So I get hit, and then once the nade's like a little bit into the air, you can start turning back. If you turn immediately, it's going to go random directions. You don't want to do that. And this is a perfect turn back right to the middle of the plane. And from here, you just start mashing B. I know that Jimbo mashes B on the first controller with his right hand. I mash it on the second controller with my index finger. It's just whatever works for you. You want to mash it just really fast, so that you can get in the plane from as far away as possible. And there you go. So let's watch it one more time. So wait until the text disappears. Don't hit the bottom of the slide. Just barely pick up the key. Start looking up. Throw, 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 throw. Get a guard boost, hopefully. And so that's one thing I didn't really mention, is that ideally, I say that you want to get your line, and then as soon as you know you're on your line, look up and start throwing. And that's kind of why the guard boost is kind of why I say that, because you want as many. You want as much time for the guards to be able to boost you as possible. Because if you're nade boosting, they can't boost you. You're gonna be changing positions constantly, so their aim is not gonna hit you, basically. So if you end your nade boosts as soon as possible, like you're done nade boosting, the guard by the barrels will have the longest time to aim and shoot at you. Or I'm sorry, this guard, not the guard by the barrels. It's this guard. He's going to have as long a time as possible to aim and shoot at you if you're already done nade boosting by the time he gets his sights on you. So as soon as he sees me, I'm done nade boosting now, and he's aiming and firing at me, and he hits me. So that gets me my 6th boost, which is really nice for getting 22. Yeah, I do a little bit of a slow turn, but at least the lines are good, so it ends up being a 22. And there we have it. So hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, just ask me.